Amazing.
My friends, I've made it back to the mountain bike mecca, magnificent Moab. And today I'm gonna ride one of my favorite trails of all time with the man who actually built this thing, Tyson. So this is a special treat. We're gonna do a loop, and hopefully we'll get to learn a bit about this awesome trail. Captain Ahab, baby.
So this is a little new offshoot that was built in the spring, and Tyson said it's had 2 days of rain, so it's pretty sandy still. Just a better way to get up to the trail because that dirt road has a lot of moto traffic and four-wheeler traffic, and not the safest place to be. Picture perfect.
Yeah, really pretty in here.
So I was just in Durango at 7,000, so 4,500 feet's a little nicer on my 0 feet elevation lungs, sea level lungs. Okay, now it's familiar. Cool, that's a sweet new bypass. I would have not even seen it. Okay, first move. Nice. Oh, you showed me it's possible.
Trails started popping up around these hard spots.
Yes.
Especially when there's Jeeps out here. So we started connecting some of these areas that had already been impacted and was able to build a trail that mostly separates the users.
Yeah,
so,
it's great.
It's really good. And it's actually a tribute trail. So to all our Colorado friends were like, hi, Massa. It's actually Johnny Hymas. Was just a really influential person in the bike community here. So we named it Hymasa.
Because Amasa back is the general area here.
Kind of a play on that. So
cool.
Yeah.
This is why we're doing this. I want to learn all these little, bits and pieces. So this is my third in a series of sponsored videos by Ibis, showing off their impact and what their ethos is helping trail builders build trails. And Tyson is a Ibis sponsored rider. Ibis sponsored a trail build day earlier in the year for a yet unnamed trail that's going to come off the whole enchilada. Really cool stuff. It's so cool when the town is behind it and moving and stuff is happening every year. Tyson is actually one of 2 full-time trail builders in Grand County, so he's got benefits. Building trails. That's so cool. A lot of people wish, and they wish, but the people who make it happen work hard and do it for free for a long time before it ever becomes something real. Would you say that's a good characterization?
Yeah.
Tyson grew up in Moab, and he said he's been riding out here for 20 years. So it's pretty cool then I'm sure you fantasized, like, oh man, I wonder what's over there.
Sitting in a coffee shop one winter's day, my buddy Nick is like, I think there's this shelf on Amasabat that goes through that we could build a trail on. We should go check it out. And it was the middle of winter, we weren't doing anything. I was like, okay, what are you doing? Let's go. What do you mean we can build a trail up there? Pretty amazing to build something that's been so impactful for the mountain bike community. It's a place I grew up loving.
The challenge is on. Oh no. Oh, hell yeah. Impossible. Nice. All right, we made it to Upper Ahab. I ain't dead yet. Oh yeah.
The best time.
Amazing. So how does it feel to hear feedback from people saying like, oh my God, that trail's amazing? That's the first thing I told him when I met him earlier today, like how much I love this trail.
It's always good, and it's always overwhelming.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, if you imagine how lonely and like desolate you're just out here with a couple other people kind of trying to make it work, and it takes forever and then for it to finally come true, and how many riders a day get to experience it. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, exceeded expectations.
Any unexpected wildlife encounters out here?
Probably no.
Yeah, just a barren wasteland.
Definitely not wasteland.
So Tyson was saying that this is basically, they spent, you know, tons of, oh no, I don't know that. That's crazy. So they were saying they basically went from feature to feature and just looked to try to connect the dots. And I did not realize this is a feature. I get my first surprise. I'm not going off of that thing. That's pretty sweet. Okay. So it was him and his buddy Nick who came out and made this trail, and said they had a lot of debates on, I don't know, is that actually rideable? Is it actually buildable? And it ended up all working. Woo. It's funny how many times I've ridden this trail and I've never seen that line to the left.
Yeah.
Everything's just hiding out in plain sight.
Yeah.
Breathe. Oh yeah, this thing. Yeah. Okay. I'm actually going to take a second to breathe here.
No, but we had the option here. We sat up in here for a while because we could have actually put it down lower here across this little valley. But, you know, because of the technicality of that, this cool juniper you go around and then this really cool hallway.
Yeah.
I'm like, well,
Gotta do it.
some people are going to hate it, but it's going to be good.
Yeah, that's cool. That's the back and forth that you have to have.
Yeah, that was one of the great things about having two of us out here. You know, we could always bounce ideas and, what about this? What about that?
Yeah.
And, is this a bad idea? Is this a good idea?
Totally.
Yeah.
That's cool.
The hallway.
The hallway. Woo.
Always too narrow for modern.
Almost caught a wheel, but bounced out of it. Yeah! I'm sweating so much right now. It's ridiculous. Just a perfect fall day. Burning rubber in Moab. Tyson was saying that his aluminum Ripmo AF is even more dialed than his carbon with the coil shock and the DVO suspension. He's loving it. Whoa, no. My blood oxygen percent isn't high enough to attempt that. So you're saying earlier it's not a wasteland.
It's not a wasteland. So the desert, you know, just like any biome, it's got so much in it. The thing is, in a desert region, you know, we don't have a big organic layer that's falling from trees all the time, right? So what we have is just sand, dirt, and cryptobiotic soil. Actually, now it's considered biological soil crust. So this is biological soil crust. It's the black stuff you see all over the desert. And without this stuff, all this would just be sand dunes. There wouldn't be any vegetation here. There wouldn't be, you know, the soil that compacts to make trails. You know, there's a whole little world in here. But once you crush it, it just turns to sand. All right, so once you do that, you leave tracks through this, and that remains for years and years. If there's 3 people that all go off a trail in one spot, that becomes a trail. It's really important, even out here where it looks like a wasteland. Please stay on the trail. When you when you stop to look at a viewpoint, you know, put your bike on the edge of the trail. Don't walk out through the desert with your bike. Just leave it on the side of the trail, off it, but just next to it, and walk out, preferably on rock or in a wash. And that really helps just the desert. It helps our jobs. It helps, you know, continue to get access to more area.
So this is Whale Rock right here. Actually, that's actually a pretty good semblance of a whale here. And of course, this is trail's called Captain Ahab, Moby Dick, all related. Tyson said they wanted to call it Moby Dick, but couldn't quite swing it. Yeah, oh my goodness. The man can ride a bike. Yeah. Okay. Sneaky roller. That was nasty. Yeah. So cool. Yeah. Oh man.
This is one of the big question spots, and it's literally 5 feet of shelf that makes it possible. You know, we were just elated when we found this, that it went through, and at that point we're like, we can do it. I don't know how we'll build this part, but we'll do it.
Okay.
Yeah, this was the one spot on the whole shelf. Once we figured out that we could get through that, we had to figure out how to get through this boulder field. And you can see it's huge, like all these are
Massive.
massive, and they go all the way to the cliff. And it was this rock in that time-lapse video that just fought and fought. We had our grip hoist on this, which is 1.5 tons pulling power. And we were trying to pull it all day long. Spent 8 hours trying to move this thing. Totally defeated. We quit for the day, called it quits. Come back the next day with a 9-ton hydraulic bottle jack. We're like, if we can't move it with this, who knows what we're gonna do. So we sat here with this bottle jack, automotive bottle jack, and this rock was touching this. It was up against here.
Yes.
And we sat, got the bottle jack in, pumped it up, moved this like 1/4 of an inch, smashed rocks under it. Reset the jack, pumped it up. We did this for like 6 hours until we got this much room, enough rock under it, and that's kind of the story of this spot. It was the last, you know, big battle on this trail, was getting through this thing.
That's so cool. Made it all possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. The challenge is you got to be close enough to actually see his A-lines. Hell yeah, man. So good. This thing is such a work of art. It's amazing what people are doing, what guys like you are doing all around the world, building these amazing trails for everyone to come enjoy and just put a smile on your face.
Yeah. We're putting huge amounts of money into these trails, and you know, that's coming from grants and donations and people who come out and put their sweat into these trails, right? The volunteers, getting out and volunteering, knowing what's happening in your community with your trails.
Yes.
Really important. You can't get out there, if you can send some money to your local trails organization, that helps so much, you know, for buying tools, buying food for volunteers, whatever it is, you know, paying people. You know, we all are really lucky with mountain biking right now where we're at, and the trails we're getting put on the ground.
The golden age, baby.
Yeah, it is. We are, you know, yeah, we are living it, and we just got to get people out, keep people involved, and
get Get out there, people. Get out there. And as we know, Ibis, they put their money where their mouth is. They really make an effort to help out trail building all across the United States and make for more smiles, more good times on bikes.
Keep the gates open,
no matter what the cows say. That's great. I feel like now this is the spot where I crash and hurt myself.
Oh, don't crash here.
I'll walk it if I have to. There we go. Survival. Tyson said he did a 40-mile ride on his single speed yesterday, Klondike Bluffs to town. So this is him at like 30%. I've got him right where I want him, and I still can't keep up. Yeah, buddy. Successful mission.
Tyson, thank you, man.
Yeah.
That was awesome. One of my most favorite trails to get to actually hear the little behind the scenes nuggets and stuff.
Yeah.
I need to do this on trails all across America. This has sparked some good idea for me. So thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. And he's got his van here. I've got my van built out now, and I'm already been hit up by all kinds of men over 50. Hey, what do you got in there? What are you doing?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a very good conversation piece if you're interested in something like that. 2019 has been a really, really great year. So many adventures. When I think of all the countries I went to this year, it's absolutely ridiculous, all the traveling. And it has been really, really cool working with Ibis on these 3 sponsored videos that I did throughout the year, getting to ride the Ripmo. It's been a mean machine. I'm just so excited on what the, partnerships like this help the channel so much. I get to travel more. I get to do more interesting things. Everybody, thank you so much for being a part of it. Whether you're Ibis or you're someone in the comments or you watched this one time because you saw that it was a cool thumbnail, I appreciate it. We have been able to make the impossible happen over these past 3.5 years of doing this. So grateful, so amazing, and so much more to come. Thanks for watching, you guys. I'll see you on the trail.